Sonic the Hedgehog. He has had a ton of games that have been coming out throughout a long time actually, from 2D to 3D, from a mix of both. He's had his ups and downs in game quality, some games being said by the fans to be absolutely amazing, meanwhile some others might say the game is absolute trash. The thing is with Sonic is that recently he hasn't been doing so good. We can be honest, for the past 20 years, some of the games came out have been very controversial. Some mostly agreed to be very good games, but some just fallen down in quality. If we go through just the recent past few years, we had games such as Sonic Forces. That was just really bad. Sonic Forces was really terrible. What else after Sonic Forces? Let me think. Sonic Mania was good actually, and the reason people love Sonic Mania so much is because it's basically the classic 2D formula that they did before that worked so well, but they just bring it back basically. They basically just bring it back and bring in the drop dash, which was a really fun feature. But then when you look at everything else about the game, yeah, still amazing. Bringing back past levels, doing more of those levels, like by making new ones, stuff like Mirage Saloon. It just did a lot of things right. So I think after Sonic Mania, people were expecting a really amazing game. They thought, okay, they made Mania, so it has to be a good game now, right? Well, they were wrong. Because now what we got was Sonic Forces, and Sonic Forces was so bad. It was actually just so bad. I am a hardcore, long-time Sonic fan, and I've been around with the series for quite a bit of time. I've bought a lot of the games, played quite a few of the games, and I think my opinion is all-rounded, as I do listen to what other people think about the series. Now, if we go into Sonic Frontiers, they were so close to bringing 3D Sonic back to how it used to be, where it would be kind of mixed, but all around just loved. I do feel like Sonic Frontiers still has now a lot of potential. I'm not saying the game is bad by any means. In my opinion, it's actually a good game. There's just a few problems with it that could have easily been fixed, very easily been fixed. One of the things holding this game back was the cyberspace. Everyone can agree that the open world is quite alright, decent enough, where people enjoy it, can do fun things in it, and sometimes the over-the-top physics from messing around with the bars and the settings for like your bounce height and stuff can make the game really fun and customizable for the open world. So I have no problems with the open world, and most people do like it too. The main problem everybody has with Frontiers is definitely the cyberspace. They really fucked up cyberspace. I don't know how they managed to ruin it this badly. They really just like destroyed it. So cyberspace it's very simple. Cyberspace is basically like this. They got past levels, they made it in their own, they got past level themes, right? And just made levels with those level themes. One of the big problems is that the level themes are level themes that we see all the time in Sonic. They could have easily picked City Escape. They could have picked, well actually City Escape did appear in Generations. They could have picked anything else that hasn't appeared at all. Like maybe Wave Ocean from Sonic 06, that's the right one. Maybe Tropical Resort from Sonic Colors. That is a level that people think looks cool. But they don't bring back levels that people actually care about or that haven't been brought into the series. They bring stuff like Green Hill again and again. If you can tell me how many times we've seen Green Hill in Sonic, you would literally just, if you were to write an essay about how many times Green Hill had ever been brought up in a Sonic game, appeared as a level in a Sonic game, you would run out. You would need a whole book to write about that. That's how much Green Hill has appeared, and I know that's kind of exaggerated, but that's what it feels like. Because once you see it after every Sonic game that we get after a couple of years, or maybe 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, it does get very, very repetitive. And I just don't think Sega quite understands what the fans want anymore. It seems like they are doing stuff not for the old fans who've been around for years. Most of the choices they make are based off of what the new fans want, which is why Frontiers kind of fails as a game. Of course, things that have made Frontiers, in my opinion, a 7 out of 10 game instead of a 5 out of 10 that it originally was. From what I saw, I do feel like they added so much with these few quality of life updates, such as the spin dash in this recent second update for Sonic's birthday. They added spin dash, and you have to beat all these challenges. So giving us more to do with the open world and more to do like that type of stuff. But they still are failing to understand that the open world is basically perfect. It's basically fine. It's what I'd expect from a Sonic game, not from an open world game, a Sonic game specifically. But the thing is, we want cyberspace to be fixed. Most people want cyberspace to be fixed. If you want cyberspace to be fixed, I won't blame you, because obviously there's a lot of flaws with it. In my opinion, cyberspace has gotten a few things like fixed about it, or that have gotten better about it. But one thing that needs to be fixed with cyberspace, in my opinion, is definitely the annoyingness that comes with the controls. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm a veteran Sonic player. A veteran like me, who is very good at Sonic games and can blast through most levels on his first try, literally struggled in Frontiers cyberspace, and it is not because the level design was hard or anything. It was easy to navigate through. The problem for me was definitely just the annoying controls. Now tell me, cyberspace controls, tell me how they're not trash. Tell me how they're not absolutely trash. I mean, literally Sonic Frontiers is perfect. The open world controls are basically fine. They are bearable, they are decent. You can do some goofy things with it. You can play around, you can mess around a little bit. But you can't really do that in cyberspace, because as soon as you boost anywhere, it goes forward, stops. Like momentum just gets completely lost. There's a lot of problems with that type of stuff. There is obviously momentum. Like, I'm not going to use the sacred M word, guys. I'm not going to use the sacred M word that everybody hates hearing nowadays, because of how much it was talked about. Oh, is momentum going to be in Sonic Frontiers? Is momentum going to be in Sonic Frontiers? It doesn't look like it has momentum, guys. Oh, it does. Look how he runs up this hill. He slows down. The thing with momentum is the cyberspace is fine with momentum. I just feel like cyberspace controls are just so garbage, such doo-doo water, that they need to actually change that with maximum efficiency. Because I'm not trying to boost and I go flying in the opposite direction. I do think they did well with the homing dash glitch. I'm pretty sure technically it's a glitch, right? That's how I'm gonna say it is. I'm just gonna say the homing dash is a glitch. So if you don't know what the homing dash is, it's basically when you do a homing attack towards like an enemy or a spring, and then you boost immediately after, giving you an immense amount of speed. It like throws you forward, like you just go flying like a rocket when you use it, way faster than if you were just boosting or anything else, right? So this was like obviously like a design flaw, but then they made it, but then people liked it, right? And instead of fixing it like some trash game, they actually heard out the players and saw how the players were using it and stuff, and they thought, yeah, it's good to just keep this in. And then they basically made it a feature that as if they made that intended, as if it was an intended feature. And I do think that is really, really damn cool that they made that an intended feature. Alright, basically this was just a rant about cyberspace, Sonic Frontiers, Sonic in general. I just wasn't really sure what to talk about, but basically Sonic has been going up, and I feel like it can keep on going up if they just keep it on. Maybe next time I'll talk about Sonic Superstars. The game obviously hasn't come out, but I still think I'm still entitled to talk about it. It doesn't matter if the game's come out or not. So anyways, see you guys later. Next time we'll talk about Sonic Superstars, how that game, how the community will receive it when it comes out, and why it should be a really loved game, because it is a really awesome idea. Bye.